Today we're going to learn how to paint. Now, paint can be very messy if you're not careful. So Mrs. Davidson has a lot of special rules about how to use our paintbrush, our bucket of water, and our paint set so that we don't get too messy. The first thing you need to know about painting is you have to be very gentle with your brush. Whenever you paint, you want to make sure that your brush stays nice and pointy like this. We call this having a good hair day. So whenever you paint on your paper, we're going to paint gently like so that it stays pointy. If you start to push hard with your brush, you can see how it starts to have all its bristles, all its little hairs, go every which way. That's called having a bad hair day. That will happen if you push too hard. So if you're gentle, it should stay nice and pointy just like this. Another thing, when you are cleaning off your brush in your water bucket, you want to very gently brush the bottom of the bucket, and then we do not get water off like this. If you bang your brush on the water bucket, it could accidentally spill, or little drips of water could fly off of your brush and get on someone else's artwork. So if you need to get water off your brush, we go like this. We brush it on the side gently, or we wipe it on our towel. Now that we know to use our brush gently, we're going to get some practice painting on our line paper that we made a little while ago. So you can use whatever colors you want on your line paper. Let's say that I want to start with red. If I want to start with red, I'm going to take my brush and dip it in the water, and I'm going to put some drops of water into this paint to make it work. It won't work if it's dry. And you can see Miss Davidson is getting a lot of drips. I had to go in the water a lot of times. Now when it has a little wet puddle, I can take my brush and gently give the paint a little tickle. Just a little tickle. My brush is still pointy. You don't want to push hard because then that brush isn't going to be pointy anymore. Just gentle. Now after you have gently tickled the paint, we can take our red color and we can start painting wherever we want that color to go. I think I'm going to paint inside my loop-de-loop line. If I run out of paint, I can just get more. Making sure my brush is still pointy the whole time. Remember, if you push too hard, it's going to start to have a bad hair day and Miss Davidson might have to take your brush away. So just paint with the tip gently. Now if I want to change colors of paint, I cannot put my red paintbrush into a new color. I have to clean off the red paint first, otherwise my paints will all get very dirty. So I'm going to brush the bottom of the bowl, just like we talked about earlier. Wipe that brush off, and maybe even use my towel. Now I'm ready to choose my next color. I think I'm going to choose green. So let's put some new drops into the green with my nice clean brush. Give it a gentle tickle on the edge here. Gentle, gentle. Keeping it pointy. And then I'm going to gently paint a new area of my paper with just the tip of my brush. If I push down hard, then that's not going to give me a good hair day. You might notice there's a little silver part on your brush. That silver part should never touch the paper. Only the very tip of your brush touches the paper. Miss Davidson will be checking for that the whole time today, but you can check yourself too. Another good way to tell if you're painting gently is if your brush is painting quietly. If your brush isn't making any noise, that means you're being gentle. If it's making a scraping sound like this, psh, 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 that means you're scrubbing too hard. And when you're ready to change colors, you can clean your brush again. And I'm just going to keep on painting until I fill all the white space on my paper.